What's up, you guys? Steve here with another unemployment update in regards to FPUC, LWA, and the enhanced FPUC extension that's currently being proposed. And today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, a little bit special for you guys. I put together a visual graphic displaying and mapping out all of the different programs on a calendar so you can see when they apply. Because there's a lot of different programs and acronyms and it can get a little bit confusing. So doing this actually, I think, helped me realize I might have been a little bit confused on the current proposed one, but it's still in a proposal format, so it's still a little unclear. Hopefully they're going to clear it up here, but I'm going to lay this out. I think it's going to make it clear and concise and really simple so you can see it and visually understand these programs. And if you like that, if you could do me a quick favor, just smash that like button. It'll just take a second. I would appreciate it. YouTube channel success is pretty much based on interaction. So when you smash the like button and leave comments, it helps me out. Thank you so much. And also, if you like to keep getting these video updates, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell so that way every time I upload videos, you can stay notified. And also follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. All right, so here's the fancy calendar that I put together with screenshots from my phone. And you can see right here in green, I'm going to be putting up the FPUC program, or the Federal Pandemic Unemployment Compensation Program, that came from the CARES Act. Now, this came out in March, and it was set to add an additional $600 per week on top of unemployment benefits for everybody that lost their job due to the pandemic and was collecting at least $1 from unemployment benefits. So pretty much anybody that lost their job due to the pandemic was going to get this benefit, and it was to go all the way until July 31st of 2020. However, due to calendar distribution days for a lot of states, a lot of people saw the end of this benefit on the 25th or the 26th of July. Now, when this expired, we were pretty much looking to Congress to provide some sort of an extension for the unemployed, since the end of the pandemic was nowhere in sight. And on August 7th, Friday, when they announced that they couldn't come to any sort of agreement, the very next day, Saturday, August the 8th, President Trump had an announcement that he had executive actions to help provide provisions. And one of those was the Lost Wages Assistance Program, which reallocated $44 billion from FEMA's disaster relief funds and dropped it into this LWA program to provide an additional $400 per week on top of unemployment benefits to the unemployed. Now, this would provide $300 from this FEMA funding, and it would suggest an additional $100 from states. However, the vast majority of states said they couldn't afford it, so it became the $300 LWA program. So everybody that's collecting from this is going to get $300 per week, and it is only guaranteed from FEMA initially for 3 weeks, but now they're saying you can get up to 6 weeks. So you can see here in blue when the LWA applied retroactively from when the FPUC ended all the way to pretty much the first week of September. And this is currently where we stand. Now, we currently do have on the table a proposal for an extension of FPUC that just came out this week. We did have the Problem Solvers Caucus put out a proposed stimulus package. Now, this is still in a draft proposal form, so the problem is that it's not very clear. It's open to interpretation a little bit, and I think that's causing a little bit of confusion, but I'm going to try to map it out here. It's not clear to me whether or not it's 13 weeks total or if it's 13 plus an additional 8 weeks. So I'm going to map out 3 different scenarios, and you let me know which one you think it is from the interpretation. I'm going to put a screenshot right up here from the actual proposal so you can see it yourself. It reads $450 per week for 8-week transition period, followed up by $600 per week and up to, but not to exceed, 100% of wages, 13 weeks from mid-October 2020 through January 2021. So that's a little bit unclear to me. Let me know your thoughts, but I'm going to map out 3 different scenarios and let me know which one you think matches up the best, or if I've just totally got it wrong, but at least I think this is going to help kind of get us on the right track. And also keep in mind the fact that this is still a proposed draft and it still might change completely anyways, but this will at least help give us a little bit of an idea of what it was they were thinking when they laid this out. All right, so first let's go over scenario number 1. And this is what I initially thought it was. But now that I'm looking at it, I think this might not be it, but you guys let me know if you think this is what it is. So at first it says an 8-week transition period. And when I saw that, I was thinking transition period was the LWA time. So this would be starting from the end of FPUC going forward. So I added on 2 weeks there going into the middle of September. And I thought this was going to be the solution because there were so many people that got left out of the LWA program because you had to make $100 or more. So I thought this would provide them them with some enhanced unemployment. And then all the people that got LWA as well would get an additional benefit, and it was just congratulations to them. Then followed by 5 weeks, you can see putting us into mid-October, of the wage replacement up to $600. And then also it calls for an automatic booster of 3 months. So I thought 3 months, that puts us almost out to February. So that's what I initially was thinking as scenario 1. Now let me know if you think that's what it is or if you think that's off. All right, so now let's dive into the second scenario, and you guys let me know if you think this is what it is. So when I read this, I don't see any specific dates, which makes it a little bit confusing. I don't know when it's starting, but I see mid-October, I see through January, and okay, I see through January, and in my mind that means the end of January. So maybe we can work our way backwards. And it says 13 weeks, so maybe it's 13 weeks of wage replacement and then an additional 8 weeks of transition period. So let's start from the end of January in orange, going all the way back 13 weeks. Now that puts us at the first week of November, so that's not quite mid-October. Then after that, let's add on the 8 weeks of transition period, and that actually puts us at the second week of September. And to me, that makes some sense because that covers everything. That goes from FPUC to LWA right into a transition period and then right into wage replacement, and covers everything all the way up to February. So if scenario number 2 is what they're describing, to me that makes a lot of sense because that would cover everything. Let me know if you think that's what it is. All right, and here is the third scenario. And this is if it is meaning 13 weeks in total, 8 weeks of transition and 5 weeks of wage replacement. And I'm just going to shoot in the dark here. It says mid-October, so I'm just going to start on October 18th. That to me looks like the middle. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out 8 weeks for a transition period in red here, and it puts us in the middle of December. And then I'm going to add on 5 more weeks for that wage replacement area in orange, and that puts us in the middle of January. Now to me, this also makes a lot of sense. However, the problem with this, in my opinion, is that there's almost an entire month missed between LWA and the transition period where nobody gets any enhanced unemployment benefits, and it also leaves an additional 2 weeks between January and February when the automatic booster is supposed to be applied. So to me, this looks like it could be it, but then it leaves a lot of holes, and if this is what they're proposing, to me this doesn't look very good. But let me know if you think this scenario number 3 is what is being described here. And as I mentioned, this stimulus package can adjust as needed for the country, and it has an automatic booster in 2021 if needed. So I'm going to go ahead and put a screenshot up so you can see that. And it says right here, an automatic 3-month unemployment enhancement in February of 2021 if warranted based on metrics for $120 billion. So in my mind, reading that, initially I thought it meant to go to February, but now I think it actually reading it is applied in February to go into March and then April as well. So let me know what you think, and if that provides a little bit more clarity on which one of the scenarios it might be that we might see. So let me know what you think, and hopefully this made things clearer and didn't just make it way more confusing than it needed to be. I think laying this out visually definitely helped me out. And helps me maybe get an understanding of what it is they're trying to communicate in this proposal. Now, this doesn't have a whole lot of detail or specifications on what dates it starts and all that, but when they write up the bill, it should be very, very clear. And know that when they do that and they provide us with what it is they're trying to do, I'll be sure to share it here on my channel so that way you guys can know right away. And if you like that, if you could do me a quick favor, smash that like button. It'll just take a second if you haven't already. Thank you so much. And also too, if you'd like to get that video when I upload it and I let you guys know, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell so as soon as I do, you can be notified. And also, once again, follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. Well, you guys, I hope this was informative and helpful. I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date. God bless. Take care. I hope this reaches you well. This is Steve.